Hi, this is Charlie Page back with another case study to help your online marketing. These case studies come from conversations I have with Directory of eZines members who can call me every week on the phone and talk with me about their online marketing. It doesn't have to be eZine related. It can be about Twitter, it can be about sales conversion, where to find prospects. It's just a service I provide, a benefit of membership of the Directory of eZines. What I want to talk to you about today is how to make more sales in 3 simple steps. Before we begin, I want to say this. This applies to absolutely everybody trying to sell things online. Whether you're an affiliate marketer or someone has their own website or a person who does cost per action marketing, whether you've been online for a short period of time or a long period of time, the principles I'm going to share are universal and they will help you make more sales. Best of all, you don't have to buy anything. Just keep watching the video. Here we go. Step number 1. Start talking about what your prospect gets if he or she does what you want them to do. In other words, tell them what's in it for them. Now, where people make a mistake is that they wait to tell people what's in it for them until they've told their story. And that's exactly the reverse equation of what really works. What really works is talking about what's in it for the prospect, for the person who's reading your ad, your tweet, your sales letter, your blog post, your comment on a forum. You've got to talk about them first, and then if you need to, you can talk about yourself or talk about your products. Not a problem, but you got to talk about them first. So step number 1, start talking in all of your communications, all of your selling communications about what your prospect gets. Tell them what's in it for them. Step 2, stop talking about what your product does. Now that may sound silly. You may say, Charlie, if I don't talk about what my product does, nobody will buy it. And yeah, that's true. You've got to talk about what your product does for them, but not about what your product does technically. It's a fine line, but it's an important difference. Take the Directory of eZines, for example. The DOE is an online database of eZines that sell advertising, publish articles, and do joint ventures. You can make a search in less than 2 seconds. It's a MySQL database. It runs in PHP. We've been online 10 years. Nobody cares about any of that. What they care about is they can log in, and within 5 minutes they can find an eZine with 100,000 readers. They can buy a solo ad, and within a few days they're selling messages in front of 100,000 targeted people. That's what people care about. So you see, what my product does is irrelevant. What it does for the member is very important. Your product is the same way. Number 3, tell them specifically what to do next. So many sales letters and ads, be it a classified ad or a solo ad or whatever, fail to tell the prospect exactly what to do. You can't let them you can't be vague about what they are to do next. You can't let them wonder what they're supposed to do next. You need to really be specific. Yeah, everybody seems to be using right now these big orange add to cart buttons that have the credit cards underneath, and they're very effective. And I think one reason they're effective is that they're specific. With a big old add to cart button sitting in front of you, there's no question what that website's asking you to do. They're asking you to buy right now. Now, in the old days, when we used to write sales letters, we used to weave into the sales letter a call to action. So you'd be describing the benefits of your product in glowing terms, talking about how they'll save time, how they'll save money. And then you'd put in there, are you ready to start saving time? Click here to get started now. Well, those type links don't work anymore. And they don't work because they're not specific enough, and because people don't read as much as they used to. They like video. They like audio. They like easily digestible information. So be sure to tell them specifically what to do next. I want to share with you 4 action steps you can take today to integrate these ideas into your marketing. Won't cost you a thing, but a little bit of time, and I promise it'll really pay some dividends. First, review top websites and see how they do it. You know, we all learn from someone. We all learn by watching and observing and listening to someone who's been there, who's done that, who knows what they're doing. So review top websites and listen to top marketers and see how they do it. To illustrate this, I've looked at 4 websites and I want to share some observations with you from them. I've put the most important thing in highlight so it'll be easy to go right through it. The first is Mike Filsaime's site. This is one of his sites. Now you know Mike, he's the butterfly marketing guy and many other things. The man's a genius marketer. He's just one of the top guys online. Really like Mike. But look at how he starts his sales letter. Are you tired that? He's immediately talking about you. He's not saying, I'm so wonderful. I make $1 billion a minute. I live in the biggest house in Los Angeles. He's not saying any of that. He's saying, are you tired that? He's immediately relating to you. The next one, he says, is it just me or do you? See, now he's really relating to you. He's standing next to you and he's saying, he's got his arm around you and he's saying, I'm in the same condition you're in. I'm in the same boat you're in, or I was. Third, look at the third highlight. He says, you, me, even the gurus themselves sometimes. Now he's got everybody under one big tent. The more he can do this, he can talk about you, and then he talks about him, and then he talks about everybody else. Now we all have something in common. So we're relaxed and we're going to buy his product. Sample 2, Day Job Killer. Another great product. I own all these products, by the way, and I know all these websites very well. Day Job Killer is a great product. It's a ClickBank product, and it's a great sales letter. Look at how he starts out. If you've ever blown your last dollar on the latest must-have ebook, well, who doesn't know how that feels? Maybe it wasn't physically our last dollar, but it sure felt like it. So immediately he's relating to you. Look at the next highlight. You've been misinformed and misled. The next one, blocking you from living the life you want. These are all statements about you. They're all conditions that you might find yourself in. And the inherent promise here is if you're in one of these conditions, I'm going to help you get out. If you've ever blown your last dollar, I'm going to show you how to make the money you spend with me go farther. You've been misinformed and misled, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you the truth. This information is blocking you from living the life you want. I'm going to help you get unblocked. That's the inherent promise in this copy. And then look at the last highlight. I should know because I have been breaking free. Now he's doing the same thing as Mike. He's putting his arm around you and he's saying, hey, we're in this together. That creates tremendous goodwill and it helps people sell products. Number 3, Maverick Moneymakers, another great site. I chose this on purpose because it seems to contradict a little bit what I'm teaching you today, and I want to talk about that. Max starts out this way. This system makes me at least $171,000 and change per month, and you can start using it 15 minutes from now. Well, that seems to contradict what I'm saying because he talks about himself first. But in actuality, he's talking about you. See, what he does is he talks about himself in order to flip it and talk about you. Because what he's saying is, I'm making big money, I've built this system, and now you can start using it 15 minutes from now. So you see, that's really about you. Look at the subhead, guaranteed to work even if you're unmotivated. In fact, it's best if you only put in an hour or so per day. Well, that's beautiful copy, and it's all about you. You know, visitor comes to this website and they say, wow, that's a lot of money. And it's a system that took him a long time to build. I can start using it immediately. And look at that. I don't have to work until the wee hours of the morning. I can stop having dark circles under my eyes. I can start getting 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep a night because I only have to do this for about an hour a day. Here I was thinking there was no way for me to make money online. And this guy's making huge money and claiming I can do it in an hour a day. That's great copy. And it's all about you. Sample 4, TweetLater. TweetLater is a website that helps you with your Twitter. It's kind of like an autoresponder for Twitter. Now this is from inside their members area. I'd already purchased the product, so they're not trying to sell me anything. They're just informing me as a member of how to best go about using their service. And look what they say. Now, they're describing here a message that goes out automatically when someone follows you, where you say, thank you for following me. Thank you for following me. That's right. This message should not be about you. Those are profound words. The message shouldn't be, oh, you made a good choice in following me. I'm so wonderful. It should be, thank you. I appreciate you're giving me the most valuable gift you can give me. You're giving me your time. So, another great example. Here's another action step. Review your advertising and see if it comes from the angle of telling the prospect what's in it for them. If not, be sure to change that. Review all your advertising, your classified ads, your solo ads, your web copy, your posts, your tweets, everything, and see if what you start with is telling the prospect what's in it for them. Of course, change what you need to change. Don't be afraid to change things. Flip them on their head, tear them apart, put them back together, but make sure you start with, here's what's in it for you. Here's what I'm offering. Here's specifically what I want you to do. And of course, track the difference. If you're using advertising now and you have a certain level of results, even if the level is 0, make a change, implement that advertising, and track the difference. So here are the action steps again. Review top websites and see how they do it. I've given you some examples. Review your own advertising and see if you're coming from the mindset of telling the prospect what's in it for them and then explaining what you're offering. Change what you need to change and track the difference. So what about your situation? You know, the real blessing of the internet is that you can have an automated way to make money online. You can do the work once and profit from it many times. That creates a situation where if you stop working, your income continues. So if you don't know that if you stop working, your income would continue, and you don't have an automated way to make money online yet, I want to help if I can. If you're a DOE member, log in, get my information, let's talk about it. If you're not a member, consider becoming a member. I'm inviting you right now to become a member of the Directory of eZines so that we can work together. I think it's the best value online. You get lifetime access and a lot of other things I won't go into right now. But if you're not a member, consider becoming a member. This is Charlie Page. I appreciate your time. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to being in touch again.